it takes a little bit longer time for for the owners to take the investment decision, which is natural since we have seen increased uncertainty in the market. So we haven't seen cancellation, so that's a good news. So I still expect the projects to be executed at some point, but it takes a little bit more time.
If you were going to see some of these delays turn into cancellations, do you have any sense of when that might happen?
We haven't seen any signal of that, and as soon as if we get any cancellation, we will communicate it, of course, immediately. But so far, we haven't seen any of those.
Let me ask you about data centers and the build out in the United States. I know this is a hot area, but I was reading a fantastic report on the weekend that was saying there's a lot of not in my own backyard starting to crop up, particularly around West Virginia, for instance, concerned about the pollutants in the environment. What are you seeing in terms of just how rapidly companies want to build these data centers versus some of the local opposition now that's cropping up?
Yeah, there's a lot of data centers in the pipeline, and we have seen that market booming now for quite some time, and we don't expect it to slow down significantly. It's AI-driven, so they need a lot of data centers to keep up with that. So they need access to land, access to power, and that's the most important thing, and that's what we see.
Can I just follow up on that point around the pollutants, though? It almost feels a bit like the nuclear argument, not in my backyard. Are you seeing an element of that around the approval process?
Yeah, we expect that we will see some energy investment there for sure. It could be nuclear, it could be other sources of power, but they need a lot of power, that's for sure.
Anders, really good to see you in the studio and me down the line for once, so it's a bit of a change there as well. But I'm here at Lancaster House, which is just a couple of miles west of where you are in the London studios, and we've just seen Maros Sefcovic actually just enter. Of course, he is responsible for the key EU side on these trade talks as well. I'm just wondering, the concern that you and Juliana and Karen have just been talking about the US and oscillation of policy, is it possible that actually a renewed focus in Europe and the United Kingdom for Skanska can come from better relations between the EU and the UK, plus the fact, of course, that we have got an atmosphere at both the Commission and indeed in Berlin now of actually a reinvigoration of the European economy and a lot more infrastructure spending? Is it possible that actually some of that positivity can meaningfully mean that actually there are more deals and more business for the likes of your company?
Yes, definitely. All cooperation between countries is good news. Good news for us, good news for the industry. And also I think it's good for the economy. We are dependent as an industry of our economic growth. And cooperation between countries will support that, and that's important. So I think we can see a political willingness to invest in infrastructure, which is a good way historically to get the economy growing again. And I think the European Union needs to do some actions to increase the competitiveness, and that's what we see now, hopefully in some action going forward.